This episode of Techno Buffalo is brought to you by Netflix. Welcome back to another episode of Rettinger's Rants. I'm your host, John Renters, the show where I rant and rave and give my opinion on stuff. And I have lots of opinions on stuff. This is a topic that seems to creep up every 4 or 5 months. And this time, I want to put the question to you. I want to talk about why you feel so strongly about cell phone operating systems, cell phone brands, and why any sense of decorum and what's socially acceptable goes totally out the window as soon as somebody mentions Apple, Android, Samsung, HTC, or anything that has to do with the mobile phone world. This is Rettinger's Rants. Go ahead and get ranting. So last weekend I unboxed the HTC One, which has thus far been one of my favorite phones of the year. And as soon as that video went up, the comment section was inundated with Android sucks, Apple sucks, HTC sucks, and just the hate words being thrown out. So instead of me trying to explain why you feel that way, why that happens, I want to ask you, the audience, why? Why does that happen? I'm not here to pass judgment. I'm not here to say you're wrong or you're right, but I do want to try and understand. It'll help us make better videos. It'll help me better understand the content and better understand the rationale of the audience, because sometimes I just cannot understand. So the full disclaimer here, I understand as well that that's not everybody out there. I know it's a vocal minority that does that kind of thing, but I want to know why. What is it about cell phones and tablets in particular that make people feel so strongly? I've drawn analogies in the past. The same phenomenon doesn't exist with other products. If I go out and buy broccoli, people aren't gonna ridicule me for buying cauliflower. If I buy zucchini, people aren't gonna yell at me for not buying a cucumber. I just cannot understand why. And why people aren't allowed to like one product over another. Why they're allowed to like both products. I'm a fan of iOS, I'm a fan of Android. I've certainly used both pretty close to equally, actually. I'm not sure why that sometimes seems so crazy to people. I really want to understand what goes on in that rationale, and the excuse that I just get so upset because iPhone users or Android users feel so cocky and I just want to bring them back down to earth is not a good point. That's not a good point. People are going to feel cocky about anything in the world, and to create a response try to bring people down is so silly. But if that's the reason, I want to know why. Tell me, please. I want to read every one of these comments to try and understand why these wars happen, why the term fanboy is thrown around like such a negative thing. If you like a product, you should be allowed to like it. And the idea that people are biased or not biased is absolutely ridiculous. Any review is completely subjective. It's a review based on that person's opinion that's doing it. So to throw the word bias around makes no sense at all. Yes, there's gonna be biases about everything that goes in there. If I'm wearing a blue shirt today, I was biased against wearing a green shirt, I suppose. It just doesn't make sense to me. And are you trying to find people that agree with your same decision to try and make you feel better and reduce your cognitive dissonance about buying a product? If you bought an iPhone 5, if someone didn't buy an iPhone 5, does it make you feel bad about your purchase? Is that where all this is coming from? Please try and explain, because I cannot for the life of me understand why all sense of decorum goes out the window as soon as smartphone operating systems are mentioned. Leave your comments down below, please. I'm going to read all of them. Let me step away from the fanboy wars for a minute to thank our friends and sponsors at Netflix. Netflix is the premier way to watch TV shows and movies directly on your home television, your PC or Mac, using your game console of choice, your Xbox 360, your PS3, or your Nintendo Wii. Get caught up on all those seasons you missed. I know you want to watch Breaking Bad, whatever's coming up. Get caught up on absolutely everything. And if you want to give it a shot, go to netflix.com/buffalo for your free 30-day trial. Be sure to use that code. Let them know we sent you. I am John Rettinger from Techno Buffalo. Thank you for watching. Be sure to check us out at technobuffalo.com for latest and greatest tech news. We are back every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday with a new episode for Revision 3, and that is Rettinger's Rants, Rumor Roundup, and Ask the Buffalo. I'll see you guys next video.